Hello everyone, and today this is going to be my first DIY project, and today we're going to be making let's try it again. We're going to be making blue dual blade swords. Well, not dual blade, but let's just say dual blade. We're going to make blue plasma blades. That's what I'm going to call it. So you can use any kind of swords. These ones I got from Walmart, and they glow up, they light up. But I won't be using that function for this. Anywho, so since they're a bit damaged, we're going to be repairing them somehow. I'm assuming duct tape. And most of all, we're going to be using some items that you'll be able to find around the house. And you can use any color for these plasma blades, no matter what. So a few things you can do, or you can use those red, blue, green, whatever is your blades. And a few of the things that you're gonna need, if it's not destroyed like mine, you're going to need some scissors, cardboard, glue, any kind of glue, especially Gorilla Glue or E6000, E6000. And if you're not close to Halloween, that'll actually work a lot easier since it takes 24 hours to dry. Sorry about that. And basically anything that you can find or use. Also, you're going to need scissors to cut the cardboard. So, first up, let's find a scissor. Oh, you're also going to need a marker now that I just remembered. So, you're going to need cardboard and scissors and something to write with. So you can trace out the tip of the blade if it is damaged or you want to make it longer or more sturdy. Now that you got something to write with, scissors and cardboard, and kids, make sure you do this with adult supervision if you're planning on making blades. So remember, adult supervision unless you're an adult or a teenager at the very least. So you can do it just like regular, or if you want a more precise accuracy, you can actually place this down and imagine the blade. Freaking fly is gone all over creation. Okay, I'm going to hold the blade between my legs so I can hold it steady enough. I usually use two hands for this. So I'm going to do this and I'll get right back to you guys. Okay, now that you got them drawn out with or without the blade, now you can cut them. We're going to do another jump cut. And remember, kids, safety first. And I'll get right back to you guys once I cut these puppies out. So I think I did some mess up on the measurement, but let's get a blade. See how it matches up. Going to have to make it bigger. So I definitely messed up on the design here. But it looks like I'm going to have to make the blade bigger instead of small midget. Instead of small digit dwarf size. So we're going to do another jump cut, and I will be right back to you guys. Hopefully I do not mess this one up. Guys, I think I screwed up again. These are not the same size as you can see. But we're getting closer to what we want. So what I thought in my head is that we could have one on one side and the other on the other side, making it like a pyramid. Like okay, let's say this is the blade. I was going to put one on one side and one on the other side, so it makes like some sort of pyramid. And that would act as a better structure for the blade. This is harder than I thought. So, due to the damaged blade, I put this in the slot right here. This is basically what I mean. And this actually looks like it's gonna work. This actually looks like it's actually going to work. So I'm going to have to angle it more. So I'm going to have to angle the blade more this direction. That way it's like an angled tip of scissors or an actual blade. That's what we're going to be doing. That's how it's going to go down. So now that we got the glue, we're going to be using this glue on there. And since this is basically a prototype, it won't stick on there for a long significant amount of time. So we're gonna do another jump cut, and I'll get right back to you guys real quick. So I just applied it and it's not looking too hot. Oh, the thinner blade actually is going outward while the other is kind of straight. But if you look at it from my perspective, it's not going too well. But once again, this is a prototype. We will actually fix this in the future. Okay, now I got plan B. So you're gonna still use the same items, but you're going to actually put this around the blade. That way you can get closer. And this is just a theory. This is just a theory. A game theory. I just had to say it, guys. I just had to say it. So this is just a theory, and if it works, I'll get right back to you guys, and we can start going on to the next step. So we got the cardboard, and we're just gonna wrap it around like so. Hopefully this works. Once again, I'm just trying this out, guys. Hopefully this works. And if it works, we got ourselves a blade, dog. We got ourselves a blade. So, but we're going to need 2 of these. These that are about, oh shoot, how am I gonna measure this? I'll be right back. And I'm back. Add this to the list. Measuring tape. So we're gonna need something and like this, which is exactly. It's so hard with one hand, dog. Okay, about 9 inches. Yeah, 9 inches in total. You're gonna need need a piece of cardboard that is 9 inches or longer if you have a longer blade. And for blades, you can literally use anything to trace the blade. Just make sure that is big enough for you, or a sword. My friend has the other sword, glows brighter. Sad. But anywho, so we're gonna use this. This is 9 inches. We're gonna keep these just in case we need something. And just to make sure, the square is, come on there, come on, work with me. The square is about 3 inches, and the rectangle is about 4.5 inches. Correct me in the comments. So you're gonna need a 3 inch is square, 4.5 inches is rectangle, and one big slab of cardboard that is 9, was it? Yeah, 9 inches. So you're gonna use this, and we're gonna do the same concept, but like this, you can use any kind of concept you want. Just make sure that is big enough. You're gonna trace it. You can trace it or wrap around it and then cut it. It's your blade. So we're gonna do a jump cut, see how my theory works. So just a little update. I actually wrapped this around on the top of the blade, and then I traced it down. And that way we have some. That way we have a little something more to work with, since this didn't reach all the way around with the blade. But since this did, we're going to be tracing it out, and so you're basically going to have to use your wits of thinking and imagination here. But remember, you can use any type of glue, super glue, crazy glue, you name it, any kind of glue. But I'd say stronger glue is better, but since it's a prototype, I don't need that crap. Alright. Let's sit down and start working. Let me try. All right, so now you're going to be working with all the stuff you have here, all the junk. Don't forget about your measuring tape, just in case. So now what we're gonna do is wrap this around on the blade as tight as possible. Make sure that you got a perfect point. Perfect point, that way is longer than it has to be. But you can make it as short or as long as you want. So now that we got this around it, we're going to take the marker and trace where we want it. But I'm going to do this because it's easier for me. So we're going to do a line right here. Make sure you get a line. Man, I'm trying so many different theories, I don't even know what to do anymore. Now you're going to carefully trace how long you want your blade to be. But let me do a little bit more just to make sure that I get the right diameter or whatever. Now that you got this, go up straight as possible and then slide a little bit down. Now that you got this little piece of blade, you're going to do the same thing that you did when we were first trying it. Cut it out, safety first. Make sure you're doing this with adult supervision, kids. Remember that. And now we're going to be cutting out now we're going to be cutting out this part. Now that we cut off the bottom. All right. Now you just choose a line to cut from. It don't matter. You're gonna cover it with paint later. You can also use an X-Acto blade or a box cutting blade, any kind of blade. If you're not experienced with that, don't try. Okay, so we got another midget blade. Ah, man, this is actually harder than I thought. So now that we got this little dwarf, we're going to place it on this cardboard that we cut off earlier. Man, doing it from this perspective is way easier. We're going to put it on there and trace it again. You can do as many times as you want. Just make sure that you are as smooth as possible. Okay. Now it just looks like a dull shark tooth. Oh, it's so dull, bro. So dull. Okay, so now we're gonna cut it. And we're going to see how it looks on the blade. We're going to see how it looks on the blade when we cut this out. Now we just cut down this side. And if it's rough, a little rough around the edges, you can cut it, trim it up. It actually looks a little better, but not as good as this one. All right. Now we're going to shove it on the side of the blade. And see how she looks. Not bad, not bad. We're actually getting pretty close to our goal here, guys. So you can also tape it up here to give that blade effect. So since these are facing the same way, I can actually modify it to be like a triangular position, so it's like a slice. So that's pretty much, that's all done and done. So you have, if you have one blade, you can do this once. If you have another blade, you have to do this twice. Since I have two blades, I'm going to have to do it twice. But there's one little thing that you can do before you do all this. Paint. I'm not sure if I should do this anymore. But you can see a lot of these kind of tutorials on YouTube or TikTok. You can see a lot of these things. This is just my version. And I have no idea what else to do now. I did not think this through. Anywho, that's it for now. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like this video, press A to give it a thumbs up. Okay, now I'm just being dumb. I did not think this through. If you like this video, please do leave a like and subscribe for more videos. And follow me on TikTok, Out of the Blue. Until next time, trying something new, we here Out of the Blue.